Forget the iPhone 17, here's all we know about next year's model. The iPhone 17 might have just arrived, but we've already been hearing lots of rumors about what the next generation of iPhones might bring. iPhone 18 rumors have been cropping up online for months, and with each new one, we're starting to develop a picture of what next year's phones might have to offer. It's still early on, and those rumors might easily shift in the coming months. Some of them already have, in fact. Despite several rumors suggesting that Face ID would disappear under the iPhone 18 Pro's display, current sources claim that it won't truly be the case. On top of that, while we'd love to see a 2nm A20 Pro chip appear next year, we've been hearing rumors about that particular update for a couple of years, and it hasn't materialized yet. But skepticism aside, iPhone 18 rumors have been flowing in, and they're not going to stop anytime soon. Here are 7 of the biggest iPhone 18 rumors we've heard so far. The most stunning rumor we've heard regarding the iPhone 18 so far is that the iPhone 18 may not be released in September, as is normally the case. Instead, reports claim that Apple will use the fall launch event to reveal the iPhone 18 Pro, 18 Pro Max, and the foldable iPhone Fold. The iPhone 18 is purportedly set to come in March 2027, accompanying the iPhone 18e. It's not clear what will happen with the iPhone 18 Air. That would be quite the change, as Apple has always sought to introduce all of its premium iPhones during the September event. The only time it missed that deadline was in 2020, with the COVID-19 pandemic impacting operations sufficiently that the iPhone 12 launch event had to be pushed back to October. While it makes sense Apple wouldn't want to overrun a launch event with too many iPhones, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to push the regular model back by approximately 6 months. While we have heard a plethora of reports about the prospect of Face ID finally vanishing behind the screen on iPhone 18 Pro, that may no longer be the case. That's according to Weibo leaker Instant Digital, who claims that the iPhone 18 series does not have a single camera, with Face ID lurking under the screen. According to the leaker, all we're going to get next year is a little narrower dynamic island pill. So there's a chance we may not see an iPhone with a single hole-punch camera cutout next year. Or at all, considering the iPhone 19 is said to have an uninterrupted display with no apparent cutouts for either Face ID or the front camera. Considering the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max just experienced a pretty substantial design shift, it's no surprise to hear that the iPhone 18 Pro won't be shaking things up. After all, Apple just announced the new aluminum unibody design with full-width camera bar or forged plateau, and it wouldn't make sense to trash it so soon thereafter. It doesn't matter how controversial the design, Scratchgate, could wind up being. Digital Chat Station is the source of this rumor, and claims that the Pro and Pro Max will keep their respective 6.3-inch and 6.9-inch displays next year, which is also not a major shock. However, there may be some subtler modifications, such as a transparent finish, to the rear glass panel on both phones. But that should still leave us with a familiar look on both phones. The path to Apple delivering its own modem has supposedly been full of potholes, with numerous obstacles showing up that held back development. But all that changed with the arrival of iPhone 16e, which was the first phone to feature the new Apple-made C1 modem. So far, the only other iPhone with an Apple modem is iPhone Air, which uses the improved C1X chip, but we may see the C2 modem arrive in even more handsets next year. According to reports, that might mean higher efficiency and, as a result, better battery life. The primary impediment to this is that Apple has a deal for Qualcomm to supply iPhone modems until some undefined time in 2027. So while we may see more iPhones have the C2 modem next year, certain phones may have to skip out on the Apple-made chips. But which ones? Only time will tell. We've heard a variety of wacky speculations regarding Apple's plans for camera control, including even reports that Apple may add a second dedicated camera button to the top of the iPhone 17 Pro. There's also been a speculation that Apple would delete the button entirely, while a more recent report from Instant Digital believes it'll actually only be undergoing some modifications, though maybe not positive ones. The leaker suggests that Apple may end up trying to simplify the camera control button to minimize costs. That might mean deleting the capacitive button feature and adding a button that solely gives pressure sensitivity. However, the new button could still enable the same gesture controls that we've seen on iPhone 16 and iPhone 17. Which doesn't sound like a particularly major shift, though we won't know for sure until we can actually see this supposed new camera control button for ourselves. Ever since Apple debuted the 3nm A17 Pro chipset a few years back, there have been plenty of speculations stating that the first 2nm A-series processor is on the way. As it turns out, A-series producer TSMC ended up just deploying enhanced versions of the 3nm technology instead. Those gave benefits, but not quite as many as the shift to a 2nm process may. So, what's the benefit? A 2nm chip would be more denser than a 3nm one, which boosts the overall transistor count inside. That allows for higher performance, while also reducing power usage. So you end up with a more powerful phone with a longer battery life. On top of this, analyst Ming-Chi Kuo argues that modifications to the physical production process should further increase yield and efficiency. The A17 Pro wasn't as big a deal as everyone initially imagined, so we might want to temper our expectations here. But because Apple has already been pushing the limits of performance and battery life on iPhones, this should see the iPhone 18 series get a far bigger bump than we otherwise would have gotten. While the Pro iPhones have received an enhanced 48 megapixels ultra-wide camera for a few years now, the ordinary iPhone has lost out. The good news is that this improvement is coming and might make a debut on the iPhone 18. The bad news is that at least one rumor indicates that it won't happen until the iPhone 19 instead. But should the iPhone 18 get this long-awaited upgrade, it's alleged that Samsung may start giving Apple with new picture sensors to make it happen. Specifically, a 1/2.6-inch 48 megapixels 3-layer stacked CMOS image sensor. While it is fairly technical, the benefit to this new design is that it delivers faster camera readout speeds, reduced rolling shutter effects, while also enhancing frame rates and low light performance. All in all, that means you get a big boost to overall image quality. But whether those changes will come to all iPhone cameras or only the ultra-wide camera isn't totally apparent right now. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.